Can you imagine a highway system inside your body? Well, that's exactly what the circulatory and respiratory systems are. They work hand in hand to deliver life's essential oxygen, along with other important nutrients, to every cell in our bodies. Picture the circulatory system as an intricate network of roads, made up of the heart, blood, and various types of blood vessels like arteries, veins, and tiny capillaries. On the other hand, the respiratory system can be seen as the oxygen supply unit that refreshes the body with clean air from each breath you take and removes carbon dioxide waste. This system consists of the lungs, nose, trachea or windpipe, bronchial tubes, and alveoli or tiny air sacs. Every time you inhale air through your nose or mouth, it goes on a journey down your trachea, windpipe, and into two bronchial tubes. Like a tree, each bronchial tube spreads into one of your two lungs, further branching out into smaller tubes known as bronchioles. At the end of this journey, the air reaches the alveoli, which are millions of tiny balloon-like sacs. Each alveolus is surrounded by tiny blood vessels or capillaries, which is where the oxygen enters the blood cells and the carbon dioxide leaves when air is exhaled. The circulatory system, like a reliable delivery service, carries this oxygen-rich blood to every single cell in your body. Your heart, which is about the size of your fist, acts as the engine, pumping blood through your blood vessels. Did you know your heart beats about 70 times a minute? Just imagine how many times it beats in a day, a year, or a lifetime. Inside the heart, you'll find 4 chambers: the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. These chambers are separated by very strong valves. The right atrium collects oxygen-poor blood from the veins and sends it to the right ventricle, which then sends it to the lungs to get a fresh batch of oxygen. The newly oxygenated blood returns from the lungs to the left atrium, which pumps it into the left ventricle. From there, it gets pumped into the arteries, which are like the highways that deliver oxygen and nutrients to the entire body. This rhythmic pumping is what we know as our heartbeat, which can be both heard and felt. The arteries and veins branch into even smaller vessels called capillaries. The capillary walls are so thin that oxygen, nutrients, and waste can easily pass through them to the body cells. More than half of your blood is made of a yellowish liquid called plasma, which is 90% water and holds proteins, vitamins, and minerals. The rest is a mix of red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Just one drop of blood has about 5 million red cells, 8,000 white cells, and 250,000 platelets. Red blood cells, made in your bone marrow, contain a protein called hemoglobin that turns the blood bright red when oxygen is present. White blood cells serve as valiant defenders against harmful invaders, and platelets create a protective scab with protein threads known as fibrin whenever we get a cut or bruise. Our bodies truly are amazing.